Welcome everyone to another Tracks on Sundays. I'm Tracks the Max and this is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Don't mind my voice, I'm a little ill and I could have waited till tomorrow. However, I couldn't really wait till tomorrow to record this video because we are right now on the Fuse Relic Keeper mission. And if I do this one, I can progress to the next missions and what just started our champion chase tournament. So I had to do this today, okay? I will be getting some extra voids from here. This one's almost at 30, this one's almost at, well, kind of, sort of, almost at 30. So I'll be getting these this weekend as well. Unfortunately, they won't be for this video. And there's another, I believe, yeah, tomorrow we're getting this one right here and this sacred as well. That sacred will put us at 5 sacreds for probably the summon rush. We do need some points for the rare here, 2,500. So we'll see how that goes, and then yeah, based off of that we can decide how hard we want to go. But it's a 2x void. I've been saving up quite a lot of shards. This is the first time I'm really doing a pretty decent shard session on this account. The first time was just, I'm saying 11 to 13 shards because I really don't remember it, but it was a 2x ancient when we started the account, so everyone was pulling a bunch of shards, and I got Narma as my 4th ancient or something, so I believe I was one of those special accounts, I guess you could call them. And I figured, you know what, I'm getting Rhonda, I have Narma, I got Deacon from the spin, right? And I got Elhain. I have 4 champions I can work on. That'll be fine for like a month or so until we get a fusion and until I see something that I possibly could go for. Now, the fusion that's going on right now, Oella or Oella, I'm not sure how you pronounce this. I think she's pretty dope. She looks pretty cool. And I think her kit is, well, considering our accounts, yeah, I think her kit is actually really good, okay? I wouldn't say this is a champion for every account, but I'm pretty sure on an account like ours, this is going to do a lot. So on the A1, she has 80% chance of placing 30% speed debuff for 2 turns. Booked goes up to 100%, but 80 is actually already quite nice. So unbooked, this is already pretty decent. If it can't be resisted if all 10 of the shells on the same team. Yeah, there's also a training event going on where you can earn this guy, but I'm probably not going to be able to get that. Heals all allies by 30% of their max HP. It's a decent heal, nothing too special, but this is really good here. Increases the duration of all ally buffs by 1 turn, and it's on a 3-turn cooldown if you can actually get the books for her. Then you have a 3-turn cooldown if you have the books again. Fills the turn meters of all allies by 30%. Also places a 50% increase resistance buff on all allies for 2 turns. This move right here is actually really good. The fact that she has this and she has this A2, so she can actually boost the resistance of your whole team. Turn after that, she can extend that. And this is a 3-turn cooldown for 2 turns, so it becomes a 3-turn duration on a 3-turn cooldown if you have her fully booked. That means you basically have increased resistance forever, which is really nice for things such as Hydra. I believe Iron Twins, you can use this, especially with the speed decrease on the A1. Really nice. Yeah, and I think actually something that's perhaps overlooked, excuse me, I have to moisturize my mouth a bit more than usual with my illness. So I think for like our accounts, she could actually be pretty useful for a clan boss as well. Because this fills the turn meters of all allies by 30%. This is like this is an arbiter boost. This could actually even be pretty darn good as your booster for arena. She has 110 base speed. It says 105 here, but it's 110 when she's 6-starred, which is the same as arbiter. This fills the turn meter, the same as arbiter, and she gives an increased resistance buff. So yeah, you're probably not getting debuffed if you can land this before the enemy has a chance to do anything. So yeah, pretty cool actually. And then she has another neat passive as well that, again, could be used for clan boss, Hydra, all kinds of stuff really. Well, when I say clan boss, I mean demon lord, right? Whenever an ally loses 15% or more of their max HP from a single hit, places a 15% continuous heal buff on that ally for 1 turn. Places a 15% continuous heal buff for 2 turns on that ally, and then instantly activates it if Ultan of the Shell is on the same team. So, yeah, Ultan does a little bit, I guess, for her. Nothing too wild. Although, 2 continuous heal buffs is really kind of crazy. That means that if any of your allies get hit with a, you know, a smack, they basically heal themselves immediately for 30%. So this heal right here, just passively happens if Ultan is on there, right? And otherwise, you just get a 15% continuous heal. So she's going to be healing a lot. She's going to be speeding up your team, making them resistant, and slowing down enemies. I don't know. I think she's actually pretty good. She's not an Elva, you know? She's not some of the top tier fusions that we've had lately. But I think she is still quite up there. She's definitely above average. But that said, we're on my free-to-play account. On my main account, I'm going for, there's no question. But on my free-to-play account, well, can we actually do this? That's a huge question, right? So, we started off with an Ice Golem tournament. We're almost at our milestone here. I probably want to pick up this book too, as books are very rare at the moment, but the gap here is kind of big, and I'm not really able to farm high stages yet. I'm just doing stage 13 and bringing 1 food champion along. Better than nothing, I guess, right? But yeah, they're doing a champion training at the same time. If you win, you get this Ultan of the Shell dude. But I mean, yeah, this guy says he's free to play here. Maybe he is. I don't know. If he is, I could probably beat him. If he's not really free to play, then it's pretty impossible. But I mean, this is just one guy, right? There could be dozens down here that are all hawking on this first place and just snipe it before we have a chance to get it. So I don't really want to risk it. I'll just do my stuff, what I have to do, and I'll just see where I land. And, you know, maybe we can get a little cheeky and try to snipe it somehow, but I don't think it's, I mean, it's worth it if you get it, but it's really not worth it if you don't get it, right? And you know how I feel about those kind of things. I don't really like to gamble on that kind of stuff. So, tag team tournament here is also going on. I started off really good and then I kind of slowed down, so I need to pick that back up so I can grab this energy. Well, actually try and grab everything if I can. I don't really care about the essence right now, but I would like this chicken. And the 200 energy is awesome, of course. But yeah, here I'm not really sure. Maybe we will try to get this book. We're not going for this book. That's definitely not the case. But maybe we can try and pinch out an extra 500 points for this legendary book. They are very, 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 very rare. Okay, they like at this point in the game, if you're not hitting Nightmare, which our clan isn't yet, we have Brutal unlocked, but we haven't unlocked Nightmare. I mean, so getting these books right now is just almost impossible, right? There's a couple of places where I get some in the missions and stuff like that, but if you're this far, you probably want to try and push at least for this one. This one is kind of expensive, in my opinion, for the difference. But this 500, I mean, you should try and do that if you can. But, you know, that'll depend mostly on what we pull right now, right? So if we pull all rares, well, might have to be happy with the 2,500, right? So let's kick it off with this fusion first. I had a quest where I had to do a clan quest where I had to do 3 rare shields in campaign, or obtain 3 rare shields in campaign, and I leveled up these dudes while doing that. Okay, our first 250 points, boom. Let's see what this unlocks. We get some books. Oh, and they want me to get my next 60. So we're kind of stuck here already. That's funny. But the thing is, I mean, if they give me some good champions now, then I finally have something to work on, right? Because my 4 are kind of done. Not completely. I need some masteries on 2 of them still. But they're mostly done, yeah? So yeah, we've got 10 voids right here, and we're praying, man. We're praying. After this, I'll tell you guys about a little secret that, I mean, it's not really a secret, it's just old news, but something I think people have forgotten about. But these pools right here, they're not only deciding what I'm going to be leveling up, but they're also going to be deciding, am I going for this fusion, yes or no? And I'll tell you after this, okay? So we're going to just pull these one by one and do some praying. Blue, skirmisher, that's... I don't even know what she does, but that's definitely not one that I wanted to see. Oh no, that's 2 rares, boys. Come on. Don't do me like this. Give me some epics. Okay, that's a good pull. Bellower is pretty awesome. We can do something with him already. If we don't get anything better, he might be something I want to take up, but oh, come on. You gotta be kidding me. This is even more brutal than on your main account, because... What? 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 What the hell? Oh my... What the... Dude! What? Oh my god! That just happened! What? Oh my... Bro, are you kidding me? Why? Why? What? Okay. I don't even know his kit completely. I just know that every single platinum player out there wants this champion. And I've seen him in action, and he just, like, blows stuff up. That's all I've seen. That's all I know about him. He's tanky, and he blows stuff up. Taros the Fierce. Oh my goodness. Dude. This pull, I'm What the hell? Last week was a was a was a neck crit on my account, and now I'm getting this on the free to play? Bro. Attacks one enemy 2 times, has a 40% chance of placing 50% attack decrease attack debuff for 2 turns. Each critical hit fills the turn meters of all allies by 5%. Like, even if you don't land this is really good, actually. That's a good. Yeah, I can live with that A1. That's a pretty decent. Attacks one enemy, places a stun debuff for 2 turns, deals double damage to enemy whose attack is equal to or higher than this champion's attack. Deals double damage to enemies whose attack is equal or higher. Okay, so you take out damage dealers with this attack, I guess, right? And the passive effect, whenever an enemy attacks Marishka the Unbreakable, attack that enemy using this skill. Well, we don't have a Marishka, so I mean, not yet, right? Huh? We still have 5 shards. Man, that rare attacks, by the way, I'll take that rare attacks any day of the week. Dude, it took me like, I think it took me a year before I had my first Void Legendary on my own account. This account is 29 days old. Oh man, what? Attacks all enemies. Damage increases by 15% for each buff on allies. Oh yeah, that's why he... Oh my god, dude. Like, is this cheating? This is a free-to-play account. Is this cheating? I mean, I didn't really pull any shards yet until now. I saved them for stuff like this, but I didn't expect... Like, I was expecting an epic or something, you know? Like, maybe if I was lucky, like, 1 man-eater or something, or like a Demitha, that, like, and then be like, whoa, Demitha! We just got a freaking legendary! Heals this champion... Like, sorry, I'm all over the place, but I can't... I hope you guys are just as baffled as I am. This is insane. Passive effect. When attacked, decreases the enemy's attack by 10%. Up to 50%. 25% against bosses. Oh, it stacks! Occurs once per skill. Attack reduction resets after each round. I'm actually not sure how that works in Arena. How rounds... I have to look that up. Or if you know how rounds work in Arena, could you type that in the comments so I don't have to go look it up? I'd be really interested to know. Is every time someone takes a turn around, or how does it work in Arena? I do know that against bosses, that just counts as 1 round. So basically against bosses, you're going to end up with them having 25% attack reduced. I'm just curious though, if this like just happens, or if you need like accuracy, because this is a weird skill, right? It doesn't feel like it would need accuracy, but then like it would be busted if you didn't need accuracy for that, right? Man, there's a lot of text. That's usually good. Like, he has 6. This is like a Necret, right? You see 6 things over here. It's like, I do this, that, this, and that. Oh yeah, I do this too. Active effect. Places a fear debuff on all enemies from the Orcs, Ogre tribes, Undead hordes, and Demon spawn factions at the beginning of each round for 1 turn. This debuff cannot be resisted? What? What? Dude, this is a cheat code. I just pulled a cheat code for the account. This is not fair. How is this fair? Holy cow, dude. That's not even... Come on. How is that I mean, sure, Stone Skin. But I mean, Stone Skin isn't on all the time, and it's like each round, beginning of each round. Can't be resistant, so that definitely does not need accuracy. Bro. What? Dude. This champion is broken in half. No wonder everyone wants this champion. Are you kidding me? This thing is gonna carry me through the whole game. Like, literally everywhere. Attack down on the A1. A stun. Whatever. AoE damage. Huge nuke and heals this champion. Ridiculous passive effects. And then this one, another passive. All incoming damage for skills reduced by 50%. When attacked, this champion's max HP will be decreased by 25% of the attack's initial damage. Okay. I didn't read this yet. But I believe this move restores decreased max HP equal to the amount of any surplus. So, okay. So you lose your HP with incoming damage, but you get it back with the A3. Alright. I just read this first. I was like, what is that? I mean, this is probably still stupidly strong. It's an interesting mechanic, but still feels really stupid. And oh, dude. Wow. GG. Yeah, I don't even know what to think about this fusion anymore. Like, does it even matter? Do I even have to pull any more void shards? What in the world, dude? I guess I'll just do it for... I don't know. Well, I guess I want to get this anyway. Okay. Man. That escalated quickly. Painsmith is kind of okay for arena, but I mean, anything I'm gonna pull now is gonna be like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever. But normally he's good. Like, he does decent damage, and I believe enemies killed by this skill can't be revived. Yeah. I believe this ability smacks quite hard, actually. So, kind of a good arena champion, or maybe against the Ice Golem. Get those minions out of the way. Oh man, I wasn't prepared for all that. Skytouch Shaman. Very, very good healer. I pulled her last week on my main account. This ability is very, very good, and this is a nice block debuffs, revive on death ability as well. Nice. She's very useful. You can take her into all the dungeons as well, and be very good. Doom Screech, interesting. That's a nice speed booster right here. Fills turn meters 30% and increased defense. This is a nice clan boss champion right here. Happy I picked this one up, actually. I might not seem as excited anymore. That's what happens when you pull Terrace, I guess. Dude, I can't believe that, man. That's so insane. Harvester doesn't do much. Ooh, White Dried Naya. I don't have her on my main account yet, so it's also pretty interesting. Another speed decrease AoE. 50% when booked. That's pretty good. Cleanse. Target ally, then heals them 40% of their max HP. The target of the skill is not this champion. Increases the cooldown of all target skills. Huh. That could be interesting for clan boss as well, actually. You know, some damage dealer with a heavy hitting skill. You make them a stun target, and then this cleanses them off every start of the round, and then they get to do their big smack again. That could be actually pretty decent. And then ally protect buff on all allies except this champion. Small strengthen buff. Return cooldown ally protector. Ooh, defense based, which probably doesn't really do damage or anything, but yeah, these two moves are pretty good for clan boss, I think. 3-turn cooldown, 3-turn cooldown. This is a good candidate for clan boss as well. Very, very good. Do they say that here? Demon Lord 4.7. Okay. Hydra, yeah, obviously with the A1. Spiders then, yeah. Whenever this champion is healed, heals each ally except this champion by 20%. That's not too bad. Even like in a regeneration set or something like that, right? You can have her do a small heal on your allies every turn. She heals from that. Well, I was expecting a huge shift in account, but I was not expecting this huge of a shift of account. Bro. Wow, dude. That's pretty cool. Where did he... Oh, he threw it on the ground. I was like, where's his sword? So he throws it on the ground and then he takes his... I forgot what this is called. So, like a bear paw here. Bro, this is insane. I can't believe I actually pulled this. She's awesome. She's pretty dope. Yep, we have some things to work on now, that's for sure. 1950, okay. So I don't even have enough of these to get there yet. So what I'm gonna do is pull some ancients too, right? Frozen Banshee, that didn't have her yet. Pretty good for clan boss, obviously. That's not so interesting. Coffin Smasher actually also really good for clan boss, but I don't think I need him anymore now. Now that I have Terrace. My goodness. How far along are we now? Apothecary, another good champion. Ironclad, also pretty cool. Is this the ally attacker? No. Okay, let's see how far we are now. 1,630, huh? Let's think. We're gonna get a couple of extra voids. So I think I'm gonna stop here. And with those voids and a couple of mystery shards, we'll will surely get this book right here. I don't expect to keep this first place. I expect everyone who's actually pulling here that they're gonna jump over me. But we'll see what happens, really. Not too worried about this, to be fair. I mean, if you can pick up first place, you get an extra legendary tome, which is really good. But I'm not gonna fight for that, so. If you're in my bracket, be my guest. She already has one. You, however, do not. Suddenly, I have a roster here. Huh? Well, actually, it looks like I'm just going to be using him or her, and these as chickens or something, because I have a lot of different things that way higher priorities. Okay, you two probably. I don't even know what kind of blessing I'd take on Sky Touch Shaman, actually. Maybe I just go for him. Get more damage on him or something. What about here? Let's see. Now we have some options for the rares too, right? I guess Apothecary you'll play almost for sure. Alright. Let's save now, I guess so. Man. Valerie, why don't you come on over, Valerie? Oh, I had an Apothecary soul already for what I would ever pull one. Cool. All right. I was gonna say that does it for this week, but I promised you guys a little secret, a little thing, a blast from the past, if you will. It's regarding our fusion here, yeah? So, I already talked about how this combination of skills could be very good for Clan Boss. But the problem with that is you need some legendary books, right? How many is that? 10 in total? Like, if you're lucky, you only need 7. 7 is still a chunk. Especially because I've been booking Norma. I think Norma deserves it for Clan Boss. She has some really good abilities. I was thinking about this gal right here, Meruka. Now, when I know people have been thinking about this as a trash epic, and her kit is kind of all over the place. But in 2020, there was a composition for Clan Boss called a Phoenix comp. If you want some more information on that, a former Raid Shadow Legends content creator called BGE, he has some content on that, and I think MurderInc was one of the first people who had some content on that specific comp. Now, this was actually the unkillable comp before Maneater was a thing. What did this comp do? Well, this comp played 3 champions that could place Revive on Death buffs on all allies for 2 turns. So, what the comp basically did was, end of each round, make sure that this buff was up, so every time the team wipes, they get picked back up. Whoop! And back up. I'll link you a video about that in my description, if I remember. But you should go check that out. Because I think, in theory, unless something changed that I don't know about, you could basically just pick up 3 of these, and you'd have an Ultra Nightmare team, right? Because, well, Yeah, you need three champions with this ability, and you can pick 3 up right here. And if this works, this will be the closest thing to an unkillable that we might find for free, right? Not from shards or whatever, but I don't think they're really going to do another Helicath or something like that, right? Maybe if some of the OGs in the house have heard about the Phoenix comp, maybe comment down below. Does this still work? Is this actually still a thing? Yes or no? Because I'm not really going to be able to test this. I'm not on a test server, so I actually sent YST a message about this, hoping that he'd test this for me, but I think he was busy making videos and actually smack talking about this champion right here. So maybe he didn't read my message. Maybe he did read my message but wanted to ignore it. I don't know. I don't know if it works. But if you do know, please let me know in the comments. Because I think it'd be amazing. Something different, right? Not the typical Demitha, the typical man-eater, that sort of thing. No ally protection. Just different strategy. Revive on death. Why not? You can pick 3 up right here. And if that actually works, I think there's a couple of ways you can go, right? First is you pick up 3, and you have them go at a 4-3 ratio, because this is on a 4-turn cooldown when booked. If you're lucky, you only need a 2, right? You can just land a 2 and you're good. Because there's 5 in the A1, which you don't really want to hit. And oh yeah, it also has like a cleanse on the A2, which is maybe for a stun target kind of interesting as well. That's why for clan boss it kind of makes sense, right? Especially if you run that kind of comp, they can actually just cleanse each other. It doesn't really matter who gets hit. The next Maruka that gets a turn is going to just cleanse the other one, right? So it's fine. A pretty cool passive, which gives... This will basically give them 20% more defense in the clan boss. Yeah, so they're defense based, so they're gonna up their damage a little bit too if the fight goes on long enough. One option is you just go 4-3 ratio and 2 DPS damage dealers, yeah, damage per second. But to do that, you would need to have these gals at, I believe, about 250-ish speed or something like that. That could be problematic for an account this early, right? We're only 29 days in. I'm really sure I can't get that kind of speed quite yet. But then I was thinking, the other option is, if you get 4 and 1 damage dealer, you would only have to make her at a 1-1 ratio, so just above the clan boss, right? So one would be 191. You'd have one at 192, 193, and 194. And they would just rotate this return from the slime, basically. So that would be easier on the speeds. However, not sure if the damage is going to be there then, right? Because we won't really have defense down and weaken. We don't really have poisons unless we put toxic sets on them, and then we have like the small versions. So we should be good with the cleanses because they just cleanse each other, right? Which also makes me think that just like running a couple of these in Sand Devil might actually also just do the job. I'm not completely sure. She does have the speed decrease on the A1, so it'd be helpful. But yeah, what do you think about that? Trying to get one on this account for sure as well. Yeah, I've been really contemplating, should I go for this one, which costs a lot of resources, or should I just try to pick up these, which is going to be more doable, and then I could just slowly work them up, right? But I would have to know if the Phoenix comp actually is a thing, yes or no. So you as a viewer, you're going to help me out here, and tell me if you know if that works, and we'll build it. Okay, if you're sure that it works, we'll build it, and it'll be our unique clan boss team for this year. Okay, something different than Halikath and all the usual suspects, right? I'm not sure if that really is going to do enough damage or not. I'd be fine with the 4-key Ultra Nightmare if we can actually pull that off with three or four of this. Be fine with that. But thank you guys so much for hanging out so long. Again, please, if you know anything about this Phoenix comp, there's not that much information on it. Did you know about it before this video? What do you think about it? Do you think it's a cool idea? Personally, I'm really hyped about it, so I might just go for it anyway. But like, if it doesn't work, it doesn't really make sense that I go for it, right? Then I might as well try and get the legendary, I guess. Alright guys, thank you for joining again, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.